brother is ready. Big brother is setting his shit up already. And you know what's left? Y'all know the mark of the beast, right? Oh, they're going to tell you we've had these food shortages, as I told you. We've had to close down these plants. So right now, we're going to have to only be able to feed people who are down with the system. And if you want to be down with the system, as Brandy would say, if you want to be down, we're going to need a barcode on you, pimp. We're going to need to be able to track you and your kids and everybody else wherever we can. You see, we've already lost 300,000 people. You don't want to be like them. You want to make sure that you can eat because they died because they couldn't eat. You want to make sure we don't have all this stuff fall down again. So we need to make sure that you down with the system. Now, if you ain't down with the system, then we're going to have to move you off to the side. And you're going to see people get moved off to the side. And you're going to say, well, they should have accepted the mark because the mark is only for us who are trying to make this stuff work, because we never want to fall into this again. We don't ever want to fall into this complacency again. We want to make sure that our government has all the information they need to make sure we never fall into this complacency again. Any man willing to sacrifice his freedom for security deserves neither. And many of you have sacrificed your freedom for security. See, this is what I was trying to tell you before it went off. I like to have fun just like the next man. I like to make jokes just like the next man. And I'm telling you guys, I hate having these kind of discussions, because when you have this kind of discussion, for those of you who've been religious, one of the worst places you can preach out of when you're talking to people, one of the worst things you can let your children read is Revelations. Who've been watching me for the past 10 years? And when I talk about Revelations, I say there's a reason why your pastors will not preach out of Revelations anymore, because it fears and scares their constituency, and they don't want to hear from that. They want to be told the world and everything is okay. The majority of people want Pollyanna. That's what they want. Nobody wants to be told what's going on in Revelations. Let your kid read Revelations and go in the room with them after they've read it. How many of y'all remember reading Revelations when you were a kid and was like, this is some fucked up shit? If you don't know your way around the Bible, please go and read Revelation. You know why it's scary? Because it shakes your belief in being secure. It shakes your belief in everything will work itself out. It shakes your belief in we all will have a happy ending.
Yeah, let's start off by saying Barakatah Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakha Kodash. Welcome to another live lesson. Name of this one is Even Tommy Sotomtayor is speaking about the mark of the beast. What you're looking at is fair use notice. This video is intended for educational purposes and not for any financial or monetary gain, only for educational purposes. So you just heard Tommy Sotomtayor speaking about the mark of the beast, and people are waking up to what's going on because the truth has been out there for a while. Years ago, this was something that was not being spoken about. People were not talking about the mark of the beast, really, on like they are now. People weren't talking about the microchip and Big Brother and surveillance and everything being, centralized, on a large scale as they are today. because we're at the point now where the prophecies are speaking, as we're about to read Habakkuk 2:2. And the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time. So we've come to the appointed time where the vision was for. And we're living in the age where these prophecies of the book of Revelation are really popping hard. Let's go real quick to Daniel chapter 12 verse 4. It says, "But thou, O Daniel, shut up the words and seal the book, even to the time of the end. Many shall run to and fro, and knowledge shall be increased." So we're witnessing this knowledge being increased right now. We're witnessing the prophecies speaking. We're witnessing the appointed time that the Lord set up for his words to take place and to take root and to start to reveal themselves on the planet. And people are starting to wake up. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end of what? At the end of this age, which is the end of Esau's age, it shall speak. And we're seeing it speaking loud and clear. And these people are just now starting to catch wind of it. Not because they've been listening to it for a while and the Spirit hit them that this is the truth, but because they're actually witnessing the things spoken of in the scriptures actually happening on a large scale today. And this is why in 2020, when this whole COVID-19 pandemic, lockdown, shutdown had happened across the world, the sales of Bibles skyrocketed. Why? Because now people want to get close to the Most High. Now people want to read their Bible. Now people want to seek the Lord. Now people want to get in his good graces. Now people want to be protected. Now people don't want these calamities that are coming upon the world to come upon them. But when they had time to do it, when they had time to get themselves right, when they had time to listen, when they had time to read, when they had time to study, when they had time to seek the Lord, they didn't do it. But now they want to seek him. But for a lot of them, it's going to be too late. So it says, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, meaning though it seems like it's taking a long time, wait for it. Because it will surely come. It will not tarry. So we're at the point where the prophecies are speaking. We're at the end. The prophecies are speaking and they are not tarrying anymore. They're moving forward. Why? Because knowledge shall be increased. And we're witnessing Esau's technology that the Lord gave him to push this knowledge out there by the invention of the internet, by the ability to communicate worldwide at the blink of an eye. And this is the Lord's doing that he gave to them, as Elder Pastor Tar always speaks about. This is nothing more than the technology of the Urim and the Thummim, which the Lord gave to Esau. He gave him the ability to put it together, and use those signals to shine them on screens, on computer screens. And this is what we're witnessing right now, because that is a part of what would take place in these last days. Let's go from there to 2nd Ezra, chapter 6. And let's go to 20 first, and then I'm going to jump down. 2nd Ezra 6 and 20. And when the world that shall begin to vanish away shall be finished, it says, then will I show these tokens. So there's going to be signs, tokens, things that are going to be shown to let us know that this is the end. The books, what books? the Bible, shall be opened before the firmament. What is the firmament? The ozone layer. What is at the ozone layer? Satellites. What do satellites do? They emit signals. What signals? Signals and images of people doing whatever they're doing. Streaming from their phones, streaming from their PCs, streaming from their tablets, streaming from whatever device that they have that they can stream from. And they shall see all together. So we're witnessing these things now. Why? Because this is the end. This is the time when the Lord said these things would happen. And I'm going to jump to the 22nd verse. And suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. And we're seeing that happening. With a lot of these farmers are catching hell. They don't have the equipment. They don't have the manpower. They don't have the means to get their product, whether it's fruits and vegetables, animals, juices, whatever the case is, to these different grocery stores / supermarkets so that people can get to them. So if they are not able to sell, how are they going to be able to buy the supplies to plant? The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty, and we're seeing that happening. It says, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. Because there are things that's going to be happening that's going to get these people in a panic state. And when people lose everything and they have nothing to lose, they lose it. As Gerald Salente always says. And at that time shall a friend fight against another like enemies. And the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. And now, you notice everybody's standoffish. Back in the days, you would give, somebody palm, give them the fist bump or whatever, or, salute somebody or whatever. Now people are at a distance. Oh, I'm sorry. I was walking in the store today, and I saw these two black women in front of me. The one in front was more nervous, and the one in the back was, hey, how you doing, girl? Long time no see. I would hug you, but And it was like that distance. And this is what this whole shit is causing. A distance from people, causing the love of many to wax cold. The springs of fountains shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run, and there's going to be water shortages. Why do I say that? Because it says it in the scriptures. That's why. Whoso remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world, because Esau is locking down on everything. They're pushing that agenda forward. They ain't playing around no more. They're moving. And the men that are received shall see it. What men? Meaning the Israelite men that are part of the elect, who have not tasted death from their birth, and the heart of the inhabitants shall be changed and turn into another meaning. Because you're going to have those men that wake up to the truth, and then you're going to have those people out there that are not a part of the elect that are going to wake up to the truth of them being destroyed by whatever means the Lord got for them. For evil shall be put out, and deceit shall be quenched. And ultimately, this is what we see happening. Deceit is being put out of the world. It's being broken down systematically by the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. The Lord is hewing the world down by his prophets, which is his word. Hosea 6:5. Therefore have I hewed them by the prophets. I have slain them by the words of my mouth. And thy judgments are as the light that goeth forth. So the Lord is using the prophets to come out here and to prophesy against what's going on out here, to set everything in its proper order, so that when all hell breaks loose and the destruction comes and everything comes that the men of the Lord have been speaking, then Yahweh himself gets the credit for it. Jeremiah 28:8. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesy both against many countries and against great kingdoms, of war and of evil and of pestilence. And we're witnessing something that can very well bring a great famine across the world and possibly kill millions of people, as Tommy Sotomtayor was also speaking about the famines and stuff like that. All right, Jeremiah chapter 1 and verse 9. I'm sorry, I'm going to start at 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. So we are prophets unto the nations, unto the nation of Israel and to the other nations, because these nations have to be told that they're going down also. Verse 9. Then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth. And the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. So what we have in our mouth is the Lord's words. When we say something, we should be able to back it up with the scriptures. Because this is the Lord Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai's program. That's why it says, let's go from there to, and we'll get back to that, Romans. Right? Romans 3 and 3. For what if some for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect? So pretty much, just because you have unbelievers, the scriptures say what? In 2 Ezra 15, that all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And it says, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee. Because the Most High is still going to push his plan forward. So their unbelief is not going to make the faith of the Most High without effect. They're not going to stop the Most High's words because he spoke them. The Most High forbid, yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar. As it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings and mightest overcome when thou art judged. Why? Because we're standing upon the principles of the scriptures, the things that the Most High wrote. And that's why it's so important to stay on that course. Speak something, back it up with the scriptures. You can't back it up with the scriptures, don't speak about it. So Jeremiah 1 and 9, then the Lord put forth his hand and touched my mouth, and the Lord said unto me, Behold, I have put my words in thy mouth. I have this day set thee over the nations and over the kingdoms, to root out and to pull down and to destroy and to throw down, to build and to plant. So the rooting out, pulling down, destroying, and throwing down is what? Esau's kingdom and the other nations that are pretty much joint heirs with him. And to build and to plant is the nation of Israel, which is going to start with the elect, because we know 2/3 are not going to get it. And we're in the times of judgment. When we read Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter, it speaks about all the different things that, there's time and season for everything under the heaven. So we're at the time now where the words of the Most High are speaking. The judgments of the Most High are speaking. People are waking up. People are talking about things that we've been talking about for years. They're talking about the mark of the beast. They're talking about the chip, the microchip. You heard Tommy say it. But we've been saying it for years. Hold on for 1 second. Yeah, Salaki, about that. That was maintenance. Got that freaking leak again. In this pretty much. Well, I ain't gonna say it, but there's a leak again. They got to fix. But anyway, you heard him say they're talking about it now. We've been talking about it for years through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Shemel Shai, and pretty much that's what it is. So I just wanted to do a video on it. Even Tommy Sotomtayor speaking about the mark of the beast, where these other Israelite groups, man, like the IUIC and ISUPK and others, need to get on the ball, man. You got these people of the world that's catching it or acknowledging it that the mark of the beast is the microchip, but they don't. They haven't even scratched the surface, so to speak. So with that, I pray that you brothers have been edified. And to the next time I say Shalom. Yeah, Salaki, about that. That was maintenance. Got that freaking leak again. In this